She lost count.
She lost count.
Bruchim habayim b'shem Adonai. May you who are here be blessed in the name of the Lord. Mi adir al hakol, mi baruch al hakol, mi gadol al hakol. Hu yevarech echatan viet hakala. Splendor is upon everything. Blessing is upon everything. Who is full of abundance. Bless this bride and groom. Welcome. Many of you have traveled long distances to be here to celebrate the uniting of Beth and Neil in the bond of marriage. Marriage is a gift shared by two people who are in love. But it is also directly touches the friends and family members who in various ways support and contribute to the relationship. Some of you have known Neil and Beth for many years, others for much less time. But all of you have meant something special to them, which is why you were asked to witness this special moment in their lives today. This is a sacred day. Thank you all for being here. I'm honored to officiate at this holy ceremony for my son and Beth, who will soon be my new daughter and who now has a huge family with many, many cousins and is welcomed into our family with love and happiness. At a Jewish wedding, the guests are asked to assume more than just a passive role and are asked not only to rejoice and honor the bride and groom on their wedding day, but also to actively remain a supportive community to them throughout their married lives. We are not here to marry Beth and Neil to each other. That is their job. Strictly speaking, in the Jewish tradition, Beth and Neil are the actors. Nobody marries them to each other. They do all the marrying. And as for the rest of us, what are we here to do today? As a friend and family, we are here to witness Neil and Beth, since they cannot marry each other without witnessing, because marriage is a public act. It changes forever, not only their relationship with each other, but also their relationship with their community. Today, they knit 4 families together: the Dubreuil family, the Blumall family, the Keller family, and the Rabinovitz family. Today, they call on us to be one family in loyalty and support of them. Today, under this chuppah, they create a new home, in a new space, a new family of each other. That transformation occurs in our witnessing. Secondly, we are here to celebrate. The Jewish tradition sanctifies Hidur and Oned, beauty and fun. You are commanded by God to have a lot of fun today, which I'm sure you will. Our last joy is to treat Beth and Neil as a king and queen today. After Kiddushin, consecrating comes Nisuin, exalting, lifting up. As Beth and Neil claim each other as holy today and lift each other up, we too lift them up. We exalt them and we rejoice. Beth and Neil, you now enter into a new legal and spiritual relationship called Kiddushin and Nisuin, consecrating and exalting. The core of it is when you say to each other in the presence of witnesses, Hare at mikudeshet li, which means, behold, you are consecrated to me. Behold, you are made holy to me. And now we begin to perform the engagement ceremony, the kiddushin.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pori hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al harayot, v'asar lanu et ha'aharosot. V'yatir lanu et hanesuot lanu al yidei chupa v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai v'kadesh amo Yisrael al yidei chupa v'kiddushin. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, whose mitzvot and holiness to our lives, and who will guide us even in the most intimate of our relationships. Praised are you, God, who sanctifies the people Israel with chuppah, the wedding canopy, and kiddushin, the sacred wedding tradition. And now I ask for you to drink out of this kiddush cup. And this is your grandmother's kiddush cup on the celebration of their 50th anniversary. Neil, will you have Beth as your partner in life? Will you love her, care for her, and respect her? Will you cherish her uniqueness and respect her individuality as you enter in this union of love and trust? If so, answer, I will.
I will.
And Beth, will you have Neil as your partner in life? Will you love him, care for him, and respect him? Will you cherish his uniqueness and respect his individuality as you enter in this union of love and trust? If so, answer, I will. Neil, do you of your own free will and consent take Beth to be your wife? And do you promise to love, honor, and cherish her throughout life? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
And Beth, do you of your own free will and consent take Neil to be your husband? And do you promise to love, honor, and cherish him throughout life? If so, answer, I do. Neil, you will now betroth Beth by placing the wedding band upon her forefinger of her right hand and pronounce the traditional Hebrew formula. Neil, repeat after me. Hare at mikudeshet li b'taba'at b'zo kedat Moshe b'Yisrael.
Behold, I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. Wherever you go, I will go, and your people will be my people. With this symbol, all shall know that you are my heart of hearts, and I shall always abide with you, according to the traditions of the Jewish people.
Beth, you will now betroth Neil by placing the wedding ring upon his ring finger and pronounce the traditional Hebrew formula after you repeat it after me. Hare, Ata, Mikudesh, Li, Ataba, At, Zokadat, Moshe, Yisrael.
Behold, I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. Wherever you go, I will go, and your people will be my people. With this symbol all shall know that you are my heart of hearts, and I shall always abide with you, according to the traditions of the Jewish people.
And now I will read a selection from the Ketubah, the nuptial agreement written traditionally in the Aramaic language, expressing the love and responsibilities which must be fulfilled in a marriage. To keep it brief, I'll read just a little bit of the Aramaic. Ahava, Be'achad v'Shabbat, Nisi'im, Usharim, Yom, Lachodesh Elu, Shana, Hamisha, Elfim, Shavu. And it's a gorgeous ketubah. You'll have to look at it. But what it says in the circle is, from every human being there rises a light that reaches throughout to heaven. When two souls that are destined together find each other, their streams of light flow together and a single light shines forth. In the witnesses of our love, in the embrace of your love, we two separate sparks of divine chose to join each other on our soul's journey of life. We commit to being open to one another, nourishing our community while cherishing each other's uniqueness. Our home will be filled with mutual support, reverence for learning, education, peace, generosity, kindness, happiness, friendship, and love. Signed by Beth and Neil and Leva Levine and Bruce Tun, and also by Chazan Paul Dubrow. Beth, when I first met you at the J, I had a feeling that you would be perfect for Neil. But at the time you said you were in a committed relationship, and I told that to Neil. Neil decided not to call you. And it took about 2 weeks when I told him, and he still didn't want to call you, but I told him that you broke up with your current boyfriend. So you guys got on the phone and talked for about 2 hours, and then you had frozen yogurt at Froyo. When I saw you again, Beth, I knew that you said you looked into Neil's eyes and could see that he is a wonderful person and that you understand who the real Neil is. You haven't been apart since. Beth, you're a beautiful, intelligent, and athletic woman. And Neil, you were a gift to your mother and I over 30 years ago. You have grown into a handsome, bright, hard-working man. You have a kind heart.